Nelson Mandela, Entourage, and Nadia Comăneci are all on this day. Welcome back to On This Day. Today's date is July 18th, 2022. It is the 199th day of the year. We got 166 days left. It is the 29th Monday in the 30th week and the 28th day of summer. If today's your birthday, you're still a Cancer. It always seems impossible until it's done. Nelson Mandela. Today is Nelson Mandela Day. Every year on July 18th, Nelson Mandela International Day pays tribute to the anti-apartheid revolutionary, political leader, and activist. The day also encourages people to do their part to make the world a better place. Nelson Mandela became South Africa's first black head of state. He served as the president of the country from 1994 to 1999. During his leadership, Mandela focused on dismantling apartheid. He did so by tackling institutionalized racism and fostering racial recognition. Earlier in life, Mandela was a member of the African National Congress. In 1943, Mandela co-founded the ANC's Youth League. He and the ANC committed themselves to overthrowing apartheid. The National Party's white-only government established a policy of segregation and discrimination based on race known as apartheid. Throughout the 1950s, the government arrested Mandela multiple times and unsuccessfully tried him for treason. In 1962, the court gave him a life sentence for conspiring to overthrow the state. Mandela served 27 years in prison before being released in 1990 by President F.W. de Klerk. He's got an incredibly interesting life story. All right, let's see what else July 18th has given us. 1914, the U.S. Congress forms the aviation section of the U.S. Signal Corps, giving official status to aircraft within the U.S. Army for the first time. This is a precursor to the Air Force. Not a lot of people know it, but the Army Air Corps turned into the Air Force. It was part of the Army before, then it branched off and made its own thing. 1942, the Germans test fly the Messerschmitt Me-262 using its jet engine for the first time. 1966, a racially charged incident in a bar sparks the six-day Huff riots in Cleveland, Ohio. 1,700 Ohio National Guard troops intervene to restore order. Now, this went on throughout the United States, not just in Cleveland. This was the same year you had the Chicago race riots, Detroit had some riots. The year before, 1965, there was the Watts riots in Los Angeles. I think the Cleveland riots are the ones that don't get as much attention. Maybe Detroit, not as much. But definitely you got Watts and you got the Chicago riots. They seem to get all the attention. And even back in that same year, Puerto Rico had race riots. It was a bad time for the United States and one of our territories. 1968, Intel is founded in Mountain View, California. We have a giant campus here near where I live in Beaverton. Well, it's actually in Hillsboro. I live in Beaverton. 1976, Nadia Comăneci becomes the first person in Olympic game history to score a perfect 10 in gymnastics at the 1976 Summer Olympics. 1984, the McDonald's mask in San Ysidro, California. This isn't too far from San Diego, and this is in 1984, before this was commonplace. This was actually the first time I remember seeing something like this. I just thought it was insane. Now it's every single week we have a mass shooting someplace. I won't say the man's name because I'm a firm believer that they're cowards when they do this, and cowards should never have their name mentioned again. There's a Viking saying, and I'm sure other cultures have it too, but you die twice. You die the day you leave the earth, and the next time you die is when the last person speaks your name. I think we should all quit speaking their name. But this man walks into a McDonald's, just a bunch of people in there, starts shooting people. He killed 21 people and injured 19 others before being shot by police. The whole incident took 77 minutes. He just walked in and started shooting people. Afterwards, they interviewed his wife, obviously, and found out that he had a serious problem with immigrants. Now, San Ysidro is right up against the US-Mexico border near Tijuana. Like if you're going down the 5 freeway and you're entering Mexico, you're going through San Ysidro. This clown obviously had some mental health issues, and he had reached out to a mental health clinic and tried to make an appointment. That didn't pan out. He never got to the appointment because a few days later, 3 days actually, he decided to do this after taking his family to the zoo. After they got back from the zoo, he walked into his bedroom, told his wife that he was leaving, and he said he needed to give her a kiss goodbye. She said, "Where are you going?" He said, "I'm hunting. Going hunting for humans." She thought that was strange. As he left the house with the bag, he told them, "I won't be back," and left and did this. At the time, it was the deadliest mass shooting we'd ever seen. These days, it ranks 9th. 1992, a picture of a pop group called LHS, it's actually Les Horribles Cornettes, I don't even know, was taken, which became the first photo ever posted to the World Wide Web. 2013, the government of Detroit, with up to $20 billion in debt, files for the largest municipal bankruptcy in U.S. history. Premiered on July 18th, 2004, Entourage. I did not know this HBO show was that old. I honestly thought it was put up like in 2012 or something like that. The show's almost 20 years old. I can't believe it. I'm just taken back. I guess I got into it late when it was already like 6 seasons into it, so maybe that's why I think that. But this was a great show. It is about a group of guys. One of them's a big movie star, and he brings his friends out to Hollywood, and they just live their life in Hollywood because one friend's famous. They all work for him. It's a very interesting show, and it's actually loosely based on Mark Wahlberg's life when he first moved out to Hollywood and became a big star. He's actually the producer of it, or was. The show ran for 8 seasons and aired 96 episodes. Born on July 18, 1937, Hunter S. Thompson, founder of the Gonzo journalist movement, whose books include Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Hell's Angels. He became a counterculture icon for his drug use, patriotism, and resounding literary voice. He got in a lot of trouble in high school and was sent to jail for robbery. He grew up reading Jack Kerouac and The Beats. Johnny Depp played him in the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and he did an excellent job, and apparently him and Hunter S. Thompson became close friends. When Hunter S. Thompson died, Johnny Depp kind of had this funeral for him, and Hunter S. Thompson had some requests what was to be done with his body and stuff like that. So everyone comes to this big barbecue and all these friends, and it's just this big thing, and at the end they fired fireworks off. His ashes were in the fireworks. Died on July 18th, 1863, Robert Gould Shaw, Union soldier who commanded the all-black 54th Massachusetts Regiment during the American Civil War. He was killed in battle in 1863, but has been posthumously honored and memorialized for his solidarity with the black soldiers he commanded, even though he was white. The story of the 54th Regiment was the subject of the 1989 film Glory, which starred Matthew Broderick as Shaw. That's a great movie, if you ever get a chance. It's got Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman, a whole bunch of other people. All right, that's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. And go out, have a productive day, and be nice to each other.